Welcome to Breakfast in Bed. I am Babumi Agbibi. It's another Saturday morning, the #1 weekend starter, where we're about to shoot and go deep.
Oh, it's a morning week because we lost our former president, but may he so continue to rest in a perfect peace. And but here we are. I'm putting on black coincidentally, but we move.
Yeah, and I wish him, what's this Muslim thing they say, Bizinia, something, may he so rest in perfect peace, yes. Still in that morning mood, yes, yeah.
Yeah, like they said, we lost the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, on Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah.
That's why we beat dressed this way. Well, the federal government declared 7 days of mourning. And yes, we need to mourn the man who was our last president. A lot of stories about him, a lot of opinions about him. But one thing that cannot be denied is it was a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It was the military head of state of Nigeria. So we'll talk more about all that in the course of the program. But it's Breakfast in Bed, your #1 weekend starter. Despite losing the former president, we're not going to take it all low all through. So don't think we're bringing down the energy. The energy is still going to come up. The man was 82. So that's quite it. It was 82, so it's not too bad, is it?
We've seen
legends
die at that age. So.
Yeah, and even more.
Yeah,
more. So he tried.
Yeah. Even the Awujale of Jabuland also died on
92 on Sunday.
A few hours after Muhammadu Buhari died. He died at 91.
91 or 92?
91.
Oh, okay.
You're not, no, I know you're not. You're not from Ijebu. You're an Egba boy.
I'm from Ijebu.
So you lost your king.
No, he's not my king anyway. He's not the king of my town. Yeah.
Oh, so not the king of your town. So
nobody's
from Ijebu.
Yes.
Ijebu Ode.
Ijebu Ode, exactly.
So he's not the king of my town. Fine. I've got roots in Ijebu, so I think I can say I lost a part of my king went.
But we are still together anyways.
It's great. It's Breakfast in Bed. We'll get into the world of socials in a bit. Join us after this break.
I'll give you some breakfast in bed, honey. Breakfast in bed, cocoa. Girl, you're the love of my life, and I excited tonight to give you.
Welcome back. Now let's get into the world of social media, guys. The first story, quite sad, very, very sad, annoying. It can, put you on tension. You're just so upset with everything. Is the University of Calabar. So University of Calabar, the students of the dentistry, so they spent 7 years, according to that video. And because they did not accredited the school, now the school is telling them, those that are in 300 level, to leave and look for another school. You can imagine. University of Calabar. How does that even make sense? We have the video. Let's watch. Let's listen to those students. Let's hear them say what they have to say.
Admitted my colleagues into this fine institution in the hopes that after a certain period of time they would graduate and practice without any issues. Fast forward to now, they are telling them that after spending 7 years in this school, that may not happen. These are my friends. I've had classes with these people. I've played with these people. I've laughed with these people. So you are trying to tell me that after 7 years, you expect them to uproot their lives after passing exam, after reading, after spending countless nights trying to make this dream work. Some of them don't even live.
So, I like what you asked. Where do you want them to start? After 7 years, because the school was not accredited, you told them to leave. And I read earlier somewhere that someone said, well, he also graduated from that faculty, that University of Calabar, and then he had issues because they didn't accredit them. They said they could only graduate certain number of people, but yet they admitted many people when they certainly knew that they can only graduate a particular number of people. Now they need to leave after 7 years. Where would they go?
So firstly, I don't even know where to start from. I don't even know who to blame or something. But the thing is, when putting it for schools, I think you should always check if they're actually accredited. Check the ProQ if they're accredited. But if you don't check, you feel okay because it's a popular school or something and you're in already,
Okay.
hoping or believing that they will accredit them, and they don't. Now, where do you want them to start from? 7 good years.
7 years is scary.
7 years.
Like what Baba said, they were supposed to admit a certain number of students, but they were just admitting them continuously. So I just feel like the money is just, I feel like the problem is just the money. Once they just feel like, oh, they can get so and so amount from you, they will admit as many as possible, and at the end of the day, just leave you stranded. And just like watching that video, you can tell that guy is sad after sleepless nights, having to pay for this, having to pay for that,
7 years.
and from nowhere, someone is telling you the school has not been accredited, you have to leave. So what do you want them? Where do you want them to start from? Sorry to continue. We've seen there was one other story I saw too. Students of university also, they're about to graduate, and one lecturer from nowhere is telling them, you guys can't use this to feed your families. You have to go and learn and work. So you're trying to tell them after the 0 years they've spent in school, their certificate is just for waste. So we need to stop these things. Like let's just focus on the important things, and let's just do away with the whole sad part of this whole story, and having to tell them like after 7 years that's the end. Like what do you want them to start from?
And these are things that lead to depression. Yeah,
these are
these are things that would lead people into depression.
Okay, it's happened.
Trauma.
So now let's look at the reality. Let's look at what next. I'm here thinking, after spending 7 years in uni, how do you want to convince that person that you need to start all over again and spend 4 years? That's 4 years if there is no strike. Okay, so now if there's a strike, you're going to talk about another 13 years in university, and it's not my fault, and you still want me to go to school. Like it's difficult to comprehend.
You're looking at, because basically you're looking at different. You have to look at this story from different angles. We have so many students coming from different parts of the country. Number one, you're looking at their transport that they've spent. We've seen students that they've been here for their whole life, the whole 7 years. They've not been able to go because if they're about to go home, it's about transport, not able to afford. And they've been there for 7 years, and now they're supposed to go back home with the good news of, oh, I just graduated. Now you're telling them they can't graduate.
Their license.
Instead of saying I just graduated, they're going to say, well, I can't just finish school. Why can't you finish school?
Because my school has not been accredited.
My school is not accredited.
And they withdrawn my license. These
are sad stories.
And again, like what you said, I think it's very important before people pick schools. You need to find out if your course has been accredited by NUC, if it's under accreditation, if it's partial accreditation.
In that particular
what
school.
steps are they taking? Now, this is the world is a global village. Now, world has gone digital. You can go on social media. You can go on their website, and this information, you'll find this information there. Schools that have been accredited, schools that are partial accreditation. Find out these things before you fill your form.
Just like you said now.
Sorry to cut you, but we also need to know that even while some schools have been accredited, they could lose their accreditation along the line.
Just pertaining to what you just said now, because you've seen advanced countries now, like obviously you're trying to apply for so and so course in a particular school. Those are the only courses that they will be lecturing in that school will be the course they have on their page. You won't find courses that they won't take in that school on their page.
But I also want us to, like what I said, I want us to look at it from this angle. Like, they may have gotten, I know of a school that got partial accreditation.
But
they got partial accreditation. But telling them that maybe after 2 years, you guys need to do this to get full accreditation. Now, maybe after 2 years, they didn't fulfill the requirements, then they withdraw the whole accreditation.
That's why you have the website. You update it. Besides,
people that have been there for the 2 years, what would happen? It's not like a waste of 2 years.
From what I know, at least they have portals on this school, whatever.
Yes, they do.
And these students visit their portal from time to time. You have news scrolling under so and so as. That's you update students.
Let me tell you something. I know someone, that's got admitted into a private school. The school was actually partially accredited, but what they were waiting for, and like you said, there are some requirements the school needs before they get full accreditation, which are equipments, all these practical things. The school didn't get it until they were in their final year, and they were about to graduate. And you can imagine, 4 years, they had no choice. They had to run helter-skelter to get those things done so those students graduate. Please, where do you want them to start from?
So, but the students graduated?
Yes, they did.
So, sometimes
the school needs to meet up to,
But the school needs to understand, like, partial accreditation, we need full accreditation for those people to use the certificate. So it's on the school now to make sure that all requirements are met.
It's on the school. Everything they need is actually what you're trying to say on the portals. Everything is there.
Everything is like
so
Bumi said. Everything is on the school.
Yeah, it's from the school.
Well, we hope they find, because 7 years in uni, and
No,
you're telling me,
no. This is traumatizing.
And we're talking about mental health. We're talking about depression. You know, we should make things easier. The world is kind of clumsy and rough. We should try to make things easier.
Let's even be honest. Not even in the world where we have. Let's be honest with ourselves. Not even grown up, like kids growing up, and they'll tell you they don't even want to go to school. And now imagine them having to watch videos like this. They'll tell you these are the things that will justify their reasons for not even wanting to. Because we've seen so many students that will tell you, oh, after how many years in school, what's now the end result of this? So videos like this are videos that will just put your morals down, not even want you to even pursue that career that you feel like, oh, it has to be school. Some people just tell you, I prefer having to do maybe an handwork or just something. And we've seen these things play out, and we've seen people who have gone into these things and they are successful without them even going to school. So we shouldn't be seeing videos like this. And I would say everything on this video should be put on that school, because they had from the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, seventh year. They have more than enough time to get these things done. And
all in all, students should make their findings. Schools should do right by students and make the certificates worth it. That's just the most important at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, we don't have people that have wasted a number of years.
See, I'm sorry, from another angle, the school might actually be on bronchio. Everything. Even the student might not even know they are partially accredited or something. Do you understand? It is at the end of the day, probably in their 6th year.
Then now you get to find out
the school will
that.
not be telling the students like, no. So different angles, different angles.
You know that some schools are partially accredited. It's when you now hear that they're coming for accreditation. Like, oh, they're coming for accreditation. So rarely we are partially accredited. But then it is what it is. We hope this is sorted out. 7 years is no joke. We hope this is sorted out. Now, moving on to the next story. It's about data. How far with you people's data? Is it people... does the data last?
I feel, well, last.
Data is like...
Last and data should not be used in the same sentence for when it comes to data. Data and last.
When you see that gig, don't get carried away like you see gig for like a month or more than. It doesn't.
I'm not trying to sound like, I don't know what word to use, but you see the way people complain about data. I don't really complain like that. I don't know why. I don't really complain because I actually feel like my data actually tends to stay longer or tends to stay for what I expect it to stay for. When my data is exhausted on time, I always know that I used it this way. I have explanation for it.
Okay,
so when people complain, I'm like, okay, maybe they've not gotten to my phone number. For them to start, sapping. But there's this guy on social media that came. He came on social media he stays abroad. He said, well, he bought...
did a comparison.
Yes, he bought, I think, 40 gig or something. Yeah. And then he just went, boom. And then he called the network.
And he gave him films excuses. Said he had other apps running in his phone.
Other apps running. And he does this abroad.
So
he has other apps running on his phone abroad.
So why is
he doesn't even buy up to 40 gig abroad. And then it lasts for a long time. So why is 40 gig in Nigeria different from 40 gig in the abroad? That is the question.
I noticed too, 2 years ago, I think a year ago, because all these applications now, you have to update them, if possible, every month now, and it's more they come in high definitions the moment you update them. So from what I know, the video and picture qualities on these applications, I think, are now getting way higher, because these people are not stopping. Obviously, they're advancing and everything, and with your little data, the moment you go onto this app, you notice that there's a large amount of data that has been removed from your data bundle, and people don't want to get comfortable with it. They just feel like, oh, just because I've been using this app for a very long time and I know what I've been using, how the amount I've been using on this very app, and now it shouldn't be any different. So I just feel like there has to be a communication between this communication service and obviously with these apps, and they'll tell you, obviously these apps are advancing every day, they are improving every day. So basically you don't expect to use the same amount you're using on that very app before it was updated to the new one now. So I just feel there needs to be a communication between
there's something Dayo said now. So what Dayo was explaining, I said I've not noticed it. So what Dayo was talking, it just occurred to me that I always close my apps.
Because I was about to say something.
You minimize.
Yes.
But most times I always close it. I close it.
I was about to say.
So when you talked about it, so I said, okay, maybe that's why, because nothing is running in the background.
I
always make sure, because I don't like when many tabs are open.
There are phones like that even alerts you like this app is running.
If you minimize them, when they operate on the background, that's like an easy access for them to update themselves. Because there are times where even
I
on
think that's
There are
what
phones like
even,
that.
even on
so
WhatsApp,
they
I
are
noticed
last
recently that when you call someone, it doesn't just bring that green whatever. It brings the person's, the first person's name, the first letter, and the last letter of that person's name. Like maybe if you're saying someone's name with Baba Bumi, Agbebi. So basically it brings B-A. So now I just noticed from nowhere, I'm like, how come? How did you update itself? So basically these apps are running on their own.
Yes,
and
they
I
are.
just
And
like
some phones are lax
yeah, and
too.
just like these applications, obviously are advancing every day. So basically they do these things on their own. And that's
On
why
their own.
now people will tell you, because I know someone that anytime he's not using that app, he just goes to off the data, because now you have settings for your mobile network. You off that data for that particular app. So basically nothing is updating until you put on that very app. Your data might be on, but that app data, you've gone to off it at the network. So that's what people do now.
It's
so
in
basically,
settings,
if that guy that is complaining, if you should just try that, you see that basically.
But you know, if we're going to go by his own
Yeah.
words, by the words of this guy, he said the 40 gig are in the abroad.
Yeah.
And he has his old apps. His apps are always opened. It lasts longer than the 40 gig in Nigeria.
You know, Nigerians now,
So
they
is
take
it that
advantage.
I was about to
Is it
say,
that the
but
40 gig that we're
aside
using in
from that, we
Nigeria?
Nigerians, they take
Nigerians, I
advantage
think
of everything. No?
we Nigerians, I think our level of social media, this thing is higher than other countries. That's what I just
And
What do you
feel.
mean by social media?
From what he said,
Like we are more online than other
yes, and
countries.
from
Nigerians,
what,
so
from what
no.
he said, the customer care told him, they went straight to, you have other apps running. So basically, that's like an avenue for them to just take our data ASAP. And yesterday I saw this guy, Danny, what's this guy's name? This guy that disturbs X now, Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel something.
Walter.
Yeah,
Daniel Ruga. No.
Ruga,
Daniel
yes.
Rega.
Daniel
Is it
Rega.
Rega?
He
Yes.
said, as of yesterday, they refunded him, I don't know, close to about 400 gig. That he complained that was exhausted from his. So yesterday was refunded, and now he had to come online saying, oh, he has been refunded for a complaint he made so and so months ago. So I just feel like most of the time, this communication, they know what they are doing. They do these things intentionally, because even me myself, I've noticed several times that I load a certain amount of data, and in no time they're telling me you have so and
That's
so
why I
data
said
left, and
we
I'm wondering how.
Nigerians-
They should not get to my phone number.
That's why I say we Nigerians, we are more online than other countries, because I think that is why they take our own, they exhaust our own, because other countries, I don't think they complain like that. Almost everybody complains.
Someone who even spends like 4 hours or 3 hours straight on TikTok should not even be complaining.
in Nigeria.
Should not be complaining, because obviously they will take your
Nigeria,
data.
so-
or someone who spends more hours on Instagram.
okay, you know
will
what,
Like
you
you
take your
said,
data.
you close your app.
No.
So-
Actually, I spent close to about 2 hours watching a movie on YouTube. Okay.
Okay.
And I had about 5 point something.
Do you do that every day?
No.
Do you do that every hour?
Wait,
Do you know-
hold on.
So
I have
that's-
hold on. I
Yeah.
have 5 point some. I think 5.7 gig.
Okay.
So my thought was, when I check, I was going to have maybe 3 point something.
Yeah.
And when I checked, I had 5.6 gig.
And do you know that?
And I'm like,
Yeah, do you know that sometimes,
That's
even when you recharge for data or something, they give you extra for YouTube. Do you know that?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, they do. Yeah.
really?
Yeah, they
They
give
do
you
that.
sometimes.
I'm
give you
talking
a
about my Fido.
They give
Do
you
know
a
my
gig, yes.
Fido?
They give you a
Yes,
gig.
they give you
Sometimes a
extra
gig or two.
for YouTube. So YouTube
It depends on how much
own,
you're recharging.
Oh, okay. So maybe I do not know.
So I
much.
think you're not
So-
even in
so
this
maybe I do not
country.
even know much about this data
And the thing
thing.
is-
So
and the thing
I
is-
shouldn't talk.
Our smartphones now, they come in data saving mode.
Yes, they
So
do.
the moment you put it on, your phone is not going to consume as much as your phone will consume if your data saving mode is actually not on. So basically, I just feel like
You guys, why do you guys know so much about data?
That's why it's
This
called,
is something that
see, Bumi,
pops
it's
up
called
on its
smartphone.
own.
Basically, you have to just go through it and see, everybody's trying to economize.
I
It's
tell
not my
you,
fault. It's not our fault.
Data people do us well, though, because now it seems I don't even know much. Because people are talking about one YouTube, social media bonus, and
No, even when you're trying to load this data, it comes in.
Yeah, it comes with it.
Basically, you're
It
seeing
is there.
20 gig and
Probably
plus.
you don't notice
You're
it
seeing
or
plus
something.
I just-
YouTube
it's there.
subscription in front. So basically,
So YouTube has it
Yeah.
for the day and for night.
Bumi, don't you check your data?
But I just feel like my data. Okay, for instance, maybe I subscribe for like a week.
Yeah.
I've never found a day where.
So you don't check your data balance.
Because the 1 week is the 1
Me,
week.
the moment I
The 1
recharge.
week is the 1 week.
No,
The
the
moment-
thing is, I
think I
don't
would
actually.
only
Except if it is running out,
I think
then
I
it
would
will
only
pop up
check
itself.
if I only
don't
check if it's 3 of. I meant
Yeah.
it's 1 week.
Yeah.
And it's exhausted.
Yeah.
It's not connecting in 4 days.
the-
That's
the-
an hour. But the 1 week is always the 1
See,
week. So I'm like
people-
chilled and relaxed.
People like us that when we load data, obviously I know maybe I'm doing 3.5 or close to 4 or 5, and I'm wondering, oh, and I've spent so hours on a particular
I don't
app.
even
I
check
want to go and check.
until
And I
it's
don't-
going
Wait,
off,
and
like
I want
it's
to go and
running
check. And when I check,
running
I
out.
basically see then that, oh, I have other bundles for other apps. So that's when I tend to notice that, oh, I even have so, and sometimes it even expires and I don't even know. And sometimes we have apps, data that run overnight. that you can use those data
You
for.
know so much. You should work in a telecommunications company. You know
So
so
basically,
much.
when you check these things, and the moment your data is not actually running, I'm one of those guys that literally we're on our flight mode.
All right.
we try to use our flight mode to see if we still have enough data to check.
Okay, no. Actually, when yeah, I do that. When the network is when it's not connecting.
Finally,
you go on
finally,
WhatsApp
something to
and
relate
it's
to us.
showing connecting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've got data.
So you're trying to
I
on
switch
your
on flight
flight,
mode
yeah.
and I switch it on, and it comes
Okay,
back on. I'm like,
something you can relate with us, Abby, finally.
but whatever it is, these guys should just do well. They should do well by us because many people seem to be complaining.
Yeah.
People are
complain on social
complaining.
media.
People like MCN.
And this
what
economy
happened?
is not smiling. No matter what it is, the economy is not smiling. So you can't afford to say you want to chill and check social. Even though social media sometimes can be exhausting. No, I just noticed now that social media can be exhausting. You see, when I go on X and I see some tweets, I log out. Because I'm like, I didn't plan to meet this individual.
Because not even plan to. Like you're thinking, is this person sensible?
No, to be
Why
very
are you tweeting
honest,
this?
to be very honest, many people are not on that level, though, but we'll get there when we should get there. Moving on to the next story. A Big Brother alumni, like, as I call them, Uriel. Uriel was complaining about why women are not
Single.
married, and why women are single at 35 and at 40 and at 41, and she really felt sad. Let's listen to what she said.
Nigeria, and it boils down to what some of them are even 40, 41, 42. They are still single. Fine girls. They are still single. Why? Ogini? What is happening? It's hard to find a decent man in Nigeria, and it boils down to what? We have a culture of, there's always something better. There's always something better. There's always something better. There's nothing better. I love Don Jazzy, right? I'm sorry to say this, so I know I would, but I feel like when he said that, he said something about not being able to stay with one woman.
Yeah. Like he hails those of us who are able to.
Who are able to.
If you're able to, but I'm unable.
So she said that it boils down to people always saying there's always something better, there's always something better, and then they stay 35, 40, 41, and that's but there's always something better.
See, you get to 80 now, there's always something better.
But there's always something better. There's always something better. So now it now depends on you compromising and accepting the better that you have.
They all
But
can't
trust
have the
me,
same
you're
thing.
better.
They
There will
can't have
always
it
be
all.
better than you're better, or whatever. You're better than your best.
They all can't
Someone
have
came with a valid point here. And let's be honest, it's actually a pandemic. We are seeing people single at ages that they shouldn't be. People who are...
I don't understand.
People
That's
who are...
people single at and
See,
no.
See, don't
Now
get
we're going to throw everything at ourselves here.
Don't get me wrong.
Single, what do you mean by single at a stage where some people... What do you mean by that?
See,
Explain.
we have more single people now compared to back in the days. And these
Where's
are
your
based...
data? Where did you get your data from?
And these are based on standards. Like, we have... Standards are way too high.
Oh, it's not bad if people have
listen.
standards.
See, I'm not saying you shouldn't have standards. Listen, wait,
standards.
Woman, calm down now. Like, I'm not saying you should have standards, but the standards are way too high.
And it's
At the end of the
okay.
day, you
You
end
have
up...
to meet up.
See.
You have to meet up.
See, don't get me wrong. See, you're doing standards, yeah? But the standard is coming from is a one-sided standard.
You have to start from.
You're not wanting
No,
to
you start
contribute
first.
to that standard. I see. Ask most of these
What do you
ladies.
mean by you're not really contributing
Ask most
to
of
that
these.
standard? Explain.
Wait. Ask most of these ladies that are in their 40s, that in their maybe close to 50s. Ask them that okay, what standards are? And they're literally telling you he has to be this, and they're not wanting to
What
contribute
is
to
this?
that.
He has to be this. He has to be
See,
that.
let's be honest.
Play
Everything
words.
boils down to financial whatever.
And
Most of
everybody
these
wants
ladies-
financial security.
Wait now. Obviously, we all want financial security,
Okay.
but obviously not with someone that has to be just one-sided. They're not wanting to contribute to this whole thing. That's why most of them, they will be single till any time. And at the end of the day, it's just it's just about wanting to just get this thing from ways that they shouldn't be getting these things from.
I mean, I don't think we've got many other people, that that might not be willing to contribute when it comes to financial standard. Yes, there are people like that who feel that, well, they should be this person's business, this person's
they'll tell you, his money is my money,
yes,
my money is not. Like,
we've got people like that.
Yeah.
But we've also have people that they feel like, I've made certain amount for myself. I've made a name for myself. I've made good money for myself. Now, wherever I'm going to spend the rest of my life with should at least be close to, if not better, should be close to,
yes.
And then so we can build together. And if that person, and they'll tell you, and it's very true, if that person is not coming that can be close to, then maybe it's fine being alone.
And one other problem is, I just feel like this generation, we absorb the negative part of this social media usage. Nobody is absorbing the good side. It's always the negative side. Because that's how somebody will come online and tell you, oh, you don't have to settle for a man who's this. And literally, you know that you have a very good mind. You're literally you're absorbing that negative side. And you know that you yourself, you can offer better. And you can know that if you settle down with someone, you can build.
You're talking from a place of pain, I understand. But just calm down.
Because it's annoying, Bumi.
Wait, but do you know that, and let's be very real here, and I don't, well, you can judge me if you want to, but the thing is, in love, in relationships, and marriages, you know, if money does not exist, you know, such marriages are going to break. No matter how much they love themselves. Now, when finance is not there, it's going to break. So if someone wakes up and says, because I think I want to have a long-lasting marriage, financial whatever is very, very important. Yeah, I'm going to love you. But I think if there's money there, even Davido sang it, when money enters, love is sweeter. If money is there, I think, well, we're going to last longer. So it's not bad if people raise their standards and say, I'm going to only date or get married to people that have money. And this goes for men and women. For a woman, I want a guy that has so much money for me to marry. For a guy, I want a woman that has so much money because then I have money, she should have money, we're going to have a fabulous life together. So it's not bad if people say, without money, I can't do it.
And now it goes both ways, because let's even look at it from my own gender angle now. If it's a situation of, I don't want to actually build with someone that at the end of the day, it just goes down to wasting of time, and literally these guys don't even want to get themselves involved with the other gender.
Say build. Not everybody wants to build now. Not everybody. Not even building.
From the female angle, I just feel if a woman is ready to go, like with you, when you have nothing, that's why I said you should meet up. If she sees you like you don't have anything, I think you should appreciate that.
Yes.
Appreciate that, but not because she's going with you because you have nothing, then you should not relax. Try to work towards having something. Because if you not forget it, she go leave you. Yes, she's going to leave you.
And I think that is one thing.
To meet up.
Just like
that's one thing many people don't want to accept.
She'll be giving you signs, giving you like hints, like guy alpha, guy alpha.
Just like
but if you're too relaxed, forget it. She's going to go.
The man they say you want to, you go scatter.
So just like what you just said now, recently, just like what Baba said, like you come online and see some tweet and you're like, who is in his right sense of mind with actually? Like I've seen tweets that they'll tell you, don't suffer with any man. Last, when he has the money, he would leave you. And now, the younger ones coming up, them waking up every day, seeing tweets like this, they won't even want to. It's just that negative side they're absorbing. They don't even want to settle down with someone that at the end of the day, this guy has potentials and obviously he would make it. But once you're coming online, you're seeing tweets like, oh, even if you suffer with a man, at the end of the day, he makes this money. It's just going to leave you.
With any man.
You see, that's what we're saying. Even if at the end of the day, this guy obviously has good intentions for it. But I just feel like this generation, would I say, see, we have so many damaged people.
There are some men also that when they make the money, they don't even remember the woman who suffered with them.
Yeah, valid too,
but you're on the table of not...
suffering with any man.
I don't want to use the word suffer.
I don't want to use the word suffer.
Building with any man. Okay, you're not on the table of Surulere.
No.
Like the money is there already.
Okay.
But then let's look at. I understand that there should be compromise. There are so many people that that build with. Our parents sometimes build with other people, and sometimes you see some parents that build with that said they were going to build with some people like, oh, you are building, okay, it's fine. But then we need to understand that Nollywood sometimes they've created
this delusional whatever
that you should have money, my man must have money, my woman must be very rich, and then people tend to grow and live with that delusion. But there's something that you need to understand, that even sometimes Nollywood is creating all these things, they're actually fake. Because I was actually I watch lots of nice movies on Netflix and all. And I was thinking, like, you know, you watch these movies and they're in the office from morning till night,
yeah.
and they look all prim. The movie, they look all prim and proper for. But why can't I look all prim and proper from morning till night? So I'm like, Nollywood is selling me fake lifestyle.
That's what it's doing.
Yeah. Behind.
And many people tend to don't understand that Nollywood sells fake standards, and even many people that you think that they have it all put together.
Yeah,
and like,
lies,
this person dated this person because you think this person has money. It might be fake life. Sometimes many people, you need to go deep down.
See, let's be honest with ourselves.
That is where you have to follow your
Just
head.
like what you said.
Yes,
Just like what you said. We have to see most of all this relationship. People might just feel on the internet they are looking sweet and all. Deep down, it might be the woman phoning this guy. Let's be honest with ourselves. And people just feel like, oh, the guy is actually the one, and I don't want to settle for. Why? Obviously, she won't come out and tell you I'm done funding this relationship. She's just giving the
She's giving the guy the glory.
Yeah, but deep down, they're having a good life together. Nobody's coming out to say.
And that is because the guy is appreciating the lady.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That is why.
Yes, the guy is very appreciative of that kind of woman.
I know people that are going through a lot. If the woman is the bedrock or something of the family,
they won't come out and say,
the woman, you won't see any.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Anything.
Yeah.
If you're doing your aside from
beats,
the other parts, you understand.
Yeah.
But if you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man,
no, she can't expatiate.
Go on.
If you're doing what you're supposed to do as a normal thing,
yeah.
Why won't the lady adore you?
See,
she will go all out.
From what I know is, at least from the little experience I've had with ladies, see, just do the needful for them. They would appreciate. But if you're the kind of guy that they are always giving you this, because lady will.
She's doing something you're not appreciating.
A lady won't come out and tell you. A lady won't come out and a lady won't come out and tell you do this. She'll give you hints like, guy, you should know now. But at least just do those things.
Even with the hints, if some people ahead is not even still straight.
She would appreciate.
I understand everything, but just to wrap this up quickly, do we think we're going to go around for ladies and for guys? Yeah. Do you think there's a timeline for marriage for guys and ladies that you're? Like a certain age?
I think time catches up with lady more. But a guy, we've seen men who get married to younger women and obviously still get to give birth. But it's always like, the time is always not always behind the ladies. So basically, it favors men more.
Okay, so you feel like this should work on the time?
Yes.
What about you?
Because of one reason, because of childbirth.
Okay.
That is why women don't really have that enough time
span,
just because of childbirth. But if it's for a certain age, woman can get married anytime.
Okay, but for me, I feel, if you're going to get married late, it's late and it's late. Obviously, your years of waiting should have been you making money for yourself, working and doing well. So if you're going to get married late, please have a lot of money. Yeah. Because nobody knows when anybody is going to leave this world. Yeah. So even though you have your child at 45 and at 50, the children have something to fall back on. Now, if you know you're not making lots of money, please just get into the business of making babies. And make life. No. It's very. Let's be very real here. Get into the business of making babies, because if you're not having your children at 40, 45, you're having your kids at 40, 45, 50. Anything could happen at any time, and the kids don't have money. If the kids start cussing you in your grave, man, they are right. They are right. But that is it. Can we take one more socials before we go to sports? Because we're running out of time, and you guys are really getting into these socials. And let's take this last one. There was something that happened on the streets of Nigeria. No, one bag just started moving. And people were wondering, why is that bag moving? So apparently someone was in the gutter trying to pull that sack into the gutter. And then it called for security concerns. That why is someone living inside the gutter and trying to pull that sack to bring it into the gutter? I'm scared. When I watched it, I was like, I was scared.
It's giving horror movie vibe.
I was scared. And I think the police, they really need to investigate such things. So those gutters that are covered, there might be people living there.
Shocked.
It's given Saddam Hussein.
I think, I'm not really familiar with this road. I think this Ikorodu road, there's this bus stop now. There's this, what they do for BRTs. So one very day, I saw, because I was older that day, so I saw one guy going to the back of that, where the people stand or where people sit, like there's this like a big backdrop of advert, whatever. So I saw one guy going there. So I saw him climbing something, and we're in the road for like almost 10 or close to 15. So I'm wondering, this guy has not come out though. So my man was telling me, don't tell me this guy is living behind this whatever. I'm wondering how. When I saw this video, I was not surprised because people live in the weirdest place in Lagos.
But it calls for security concern. I'm scared.
Well, different angles.
Yeah.
Like somebody said, those guys that pick those plastics
Yeah.
from the ground, probably he had to go inside and check if there are any inside the ground just to pick them. Actually, it's helping Lagos State. So
for someone who is comfortable
but
going inside
another
that kind of tight
angle-
spot.
They can decide to
Another-
sleep there.
Yes.
Another angle. What if? Different thoughts in my head. This is very, very scary. And
No,
like
it's
you
very
said,
scary because I
calls
can
for
imagine I can
security
imagine
check.
driving or actually walking on that,
Calls for
and I see a
security
particular
check.
bag moving.
Because-
I'm going to look like what's
When
happening?
you
Why is
start
this
missing, you won't
moving?
know where they are going to.
We've heard
This calls for
stories.
security
We've
check.
heard,
Real
we've heard
security
stories that still traumatize people from way back, where you see kidnappers then and in the places that you won't even imagine
Expect.
that people
At
will
all.
kidnap, and when they eventually go into that very deep hole, you're seeing them bringing out so many children, school bag,
Exactly.
and things that traumatize people.
When I
And
first saw
seeing
that
things
video,
like
children
this,
came to
basically,
my head.
You're thinking, oh, what if he has someone inside that sack?
Inside
he's
that
trying to
sack!
pull inside up. So I don't know. Security just needs to.
But,
not just-
I'm
yeah.
also here thinking because the police officer should actually
Yeah.
instead of standing at checkpoints and be looking
Oga,
at phones
give us money.
and say, "Oh, God, do weekend for us now." These are jobs they should do. And well, if they feel this, well, that's why Lagos State we have the neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
Now, I think neighborhood this are the job, or this is the job of neighborhood
them, yeah.
watch. Neighborhood rights, checking what's up, what's happening there, what's happening. These are things neighborhood watch should do. You know, you just don't wear uniforms and stand on the roads and everybody think they're traffic wardens. Everybody just wants to control traffic. Everybody just wants to speak with motorists. Everybody just wants to
Yeah.
feel themselves on the roads. But then neighborhood watch, these are little things you should find out. Go about why is the sack moving? Who is in the gutter?
Yeah.
What are you doing in the gutter? Come out, let's have a conversation because this is scary. This is very scary. That's so much we can take in the world of social media. We'll go on a short break. Dayo, what's up? Chelsea, they're leading.
Is this
I thought
not for me?
I thought you said Chelsea. I thought you said they have no good. I thought that's what you said, that they're leading nowhere. But they are leading. Dayo will tell us some more in the world of sports.
Is it that I'll
Stay
tell
with
them,
us.
not me?